Hello everybody, welcome to JobeanVHS. This is a channel dedicated for videos that I made before I was on YouTube. I started posting videos, well, I think my first video was like December 28th, but I didn't really have viewers or anything until 2009 because I started making videos of my Halloween stuff and that got a lot of attention then when 2009 hit. So this is going to be the only new video on this channel. This is basically a channel intro talking about what the channel is about. All these DVDs that you see here, they're pretty scratched up, and they've been for years, and I haven't been able to watch a lot of these for years, but I invested in a machine called the JFJ Easy Pro, and it seems like it's a pretty reliable machine that really does a good job repairing scratched DVDs. And these DVDs are not deeply scratched, they just have a lot of scratches to the point where they don't play at all. So there was videos where they were showing themselves or showing they had some really deep scratched up video game discs, and it worked. I mean, they didn't show the whole game through to see if it started pausing or anything, but the fact that it actually removed the scratches seemed pretty reliable, and they weren't cutting the film either. You might be thinking, well, they could have just been lying and used a different They didn't. They kept the camera going. They didn't stop it or anything, so it looked like it was pretty reliable. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know how much I can get off of these. I guess it depends on how much they're scratching. Like I said, the scratches are not very deep. So I should be able to get a lot of this if it really works the way that they showed that it does. The you know what started these DVDs mean a lot to me. I have a lot of memories. Like, all I did was video record my stuff playing with Halloween stuff and Army Men over, and just everything that I had back then. I mean, I still have stuff all the stuff today. You guys know that. If you're watching Jobeanvideos, that's probably how you came to this channel. But this channel is dedicated to only these old videos, and they were all recorded on a video camera that took VHS tapes. For Christmas 2008, I got a digital video camera, and I was going to upload the videos in order from earliest to latest, but that's not going to happen because there's over 100 that are labeled monsters, and I don't know how I'm going to find the dates for those. But some of these videos here are not too scratched up. These are from when I had the digital camera, so it's going to actually start out at the latest a little bit. It's going to jump around, but when I get to these videos, these white ones, these were my first few DVDs. I'm going to do those in order, but until I get the machine, I'm just going to do what I can with these ones, and then I'll try to do my best to get them in order, but no promises, because like I said, this is going to be about 3 years of nonstop footage, guys. Like I said, I recorded, as soon as I got a video camera, I never stopped recording anything I did. Like I said, I was always showing the new stuff that I got, and I didn't even know about YouTube when I got my video camera in 2007. I didn't know about YouTube yet. But I always talked to my video camera as if an audience was watching. Whenever I'd stop recording, I'd say bye, or I would tell the camera about the item that I'm showing a lot. It's like I always knew one day that this was going to be a theme, but at the time it was only me watching them. And, I have a lot of these discs on my channel already, but I was recording off the DVD player. It's not going to be like that on this channel because they're going to be ripped. Once I get them repaired, I'm ripping them from the discs themselves, and they'll be uploaded on digital form. You won't be looking at a screen. It'll be the actual video. You won't hear any background noises. It will be the actual audio coming from the video. So this will be a lot better. All those Halloween store videos I did in 2007 and 8, those were all on these discs. I will be re-uploading, and I'll be re-uploading the whole video. So a lot of these are 30 minutes each, and each disc has about 8 or 12 30-minute videos on them, and there's a lot, as you can see, a lot. But there's also some that have 115 minutes on them, and the discs that have those have 4 each. And I'm just uploading those whole separate video, so every 30 minutes I'm going to upload the whole 30 minutes of that video. I'm not cutting anything. I'm uploading them the way they are. So that one Target DVD, Halloween and Menards Halloween 2007. That whole 30 minutes is just dedicated to Menards at Halloween Menards, and it'll be much better quality than recording off a TV screen. So you guys will enjoy this a lot better, I think. And you guys, I've always heard you guys say, and even myself, my newer videos I don't like my newer videos as much. I don't play with this stuff like I used to. I don't use this stuff the way I used to anymore. I can't because they just break, and this kind of shows that, because a lot of stuff broke when I constantly used it back then. Like I said, that video, that disc that I'm missing, I was looking right at him and he broke. I was looking at the green-eyed floating reaper and his string snapped. You know, I recorded stuff break. You know, I used them so much back then, and I'm not a kid anymore, so I also don't use this stuff as much anymore. This stuff has been discontinued for over 10 years, but back then it was still being produced and it was still being made, so it was brand new, so it lasted a long time back then. Now if I used them as much as they wouldn't even last a full day if I used them to that extent at this point. They're just so old now that you can't use them like that anymore. And half of these robots didn't even exist at the time. I didn't have any Ars Medias. The last disc that I made was when I got my blue V2 for Christmas, which is actually uploaded on my channel. I did upload those videos, but those are on the discs. But those were the last discs I made. So before that, all I had was Robopets, Roboraptors, Roboreptile, and Robosapiens, and then a lot of these robots didn't exist back then, you know, or at least to me anyways. I didn't have a lot of them yet. So like I said, this is going to be a blast run past. This is going to be just back in the day of, like I said, there's like 3 years of nonstop footage. If I was not video recording, that means I was not doing anything. I only recorded myself doing what I did, you know. I was just one of those weird type of people. I mean, that's what made me Jobeanvideos, doing this. What I did when I started my YouTube channel, doing weird retarded shit, that somehow inspired this whole community to do the same thing that I do. Sit in a room yelling at Halloween stuff all day, recording them all go at the same time, and robots setting the camera down, letting robots walk around, you know, that did not happen on YouTube back then. It happened after I came along, and you know, that's what all this is. What I did on my beginning days on YouTube is what I did here. This is what all this is. It was just me playing around in the Halloween room, looking at floating ghosts all day long. It was setting the camera down, watching robots walk around all day long. That's all this shit was. Crawling Iron Man, crawling past the camera, crawling all over the floor. You know, that's all this footage contains of. It's just, and it's not just that. There's more to it than that. It's just, you know, I've have Weasel Ball footage. I just have everything that I've had ever since I was 2 years old. I have on those, you know. All this stuff. I mean, a lot of this stuff isn't, you know, the original stuff from that footage, but there are still some of it that remains. So like I said, the robots, I didn't really have a robot collection back then that much. It was mainly just the Robopets, and those were the robots that got me started into these. If it weren't for the Robopets, I probably wouldn't even be doing robots, because I found my first pink Robopet at a rummage sale in 2007, and though that was on one of my earlier discs, one of my first ones, that was on, I don't know, DVD number, I'm trying to think, sorry, number 12, I believe. No, sorry, my discs went out of order somewhere. I got the number, I started getting the numbers wrong. But it was it was DVD like number 11 or something like that. Out of 4,000. Oh, my mom's been doing stuff with my room. But like I said, I didn't have that many Santas back then either. I had, you know, you'll see a few footage of my very first Rockalon Santas and stuff. You will see, like I said, it's mostly floating ghosts, so that's what I did the most. And especially this one right here. This is the one I've had since 2004. That was my very first floating ghost. So this one's on almost every single DVD. And that's why I kind of made that my cover photo, because it's in every single DVD pretty much. And so I've had that for a long time. You know, it's all this stuff. Like there's a little bit, everything I had is on those but I started doing the same thing over and over after a while. Like my beginning DVDs, I didn't record the same thing over and over all the time. I always showed different things, but after a while, like I said, there's over 100 DVDs that are just labeled monsters, and it's pretty much playing in the Halloween room. But there's also I also have a lot of videos of my friends from back in the day. We always played together. I'm doing a video. There's a lot of videos of my spirit balls from back in the day, like, you know, a lot of videos of these crawling maggots and hands and stuff when I first got them, when they were brand new, especially aqua pets. There's a lot of videos of those. The water was like completely full all the way to the top back then, but now there's like nothing left, you know. And none of them were moldy at the time, but some of them you can't even see now. So there's, like I said, it's all the early days of this stuff. A lot of those are in almost every video, the vampire and the big head shingles. So you guys will enjoy this, I know you will. So that's pretty much wraps up what this channel is about. And for the heck of it, I'm showing you the cameras that I used back then. These are the cameras. Now the 2006 video, there's only one 2006 DVD, and when I first started that tape, I didn't even have any spirit balls yet, because that was before the spirit balls were even out. I didn't even have the floating white ghost, but then all of a sudden, later in the tape, I have the floating ghost, the white ghost, and all the spirit balls. So I got those on that footage. You know, I started recording right when before I got those, and then I recorded them after I got it. And the funny thing is, the first time they appeared on this, they ever appeared on my videos, they were already broken. The fortune teller, his eye was out, his eyes didn't turn. The skeleton's mouth didn't move anymore already. So they were already broken on the first footage I ever took of them. The Dr. Shivers was very broken. And then this was my dad's camera. I didn't have a camera yet. I got a camera for Christmas 2007. Well, my first one was broken, so we took it back and got another one. And January 1st was officially the first day I recorded. And this was my first one. I know because it's got this thing. And then it broke later on in April of 2008, Easter. Then I got another one, and this was the last one they had, very last one, and they weren't going to be getting any more of these in, because at that point digital cameras were being made, so that was putting these out of the market. So I got this exact one, and this one stopped working after I got my digital camera, somewhere in February, March 2009. I don't have chargers for them anymore. Both of these are broken. They both broke the same way. I don't really know what's wrong with them. I don't know a lot about video cameras, the way they work, or what goes wrong with them, but they would squeak and stuff, and it wouldn't record anything. It would just do a bunch of salt and pepper flights. It would, like, when you're recording, that's what it would see. It wouldn't, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. But they're pretty beat up. You can see that. And to burn them on DVD, they took these tapes, you slide the tapes inside of an actual VHS case, and then you lock it up. We had a VHS system with a DVD that would allow you to burn VHS tapes to DVD. You could it had those settings where you could record VHSs to DVD, and that's what we always did. So there we go. And that's how I became Jobeanvideos. And when my dad got me that digital camera for Christmas in 2008, I remember somewhere on that video, on one of those videos, I don't know if I was recording with this camera or that camera, he was trying to set up my YouTube channel in that video when I got that. And you can actually even hear him, what should I name your channel? Oh no, he said, I named your channel JobeanVideos. So you'll hear that in the background. So that's this. Anyways, like I said, this is getting a little off subject, but like I said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's going to be, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be kind of weird at first probably, but like I said, especially since it's starting off with some of my oldest videos now from that time instead of my earliest. It's just, I don't know, I just want to get what I can on the channel to get something up. But yeah, my machine should be here next week sometime, and like I said, I hope I can get almost every video on the channel, but I'm sure I won't get every video, but I'm just hoping I can get my favorites for sure, which are the parts that are mostly scratched up. So anyways, we'll see what happens. So see you later. Bye.